So I want to start by talking about 7th grade me. Believe it or not, that's actually a haircut. My hair was quite long before that. And I want to talk about how 7th grade me, in my interactions with a teacher named Mr. Bryant, brought me to who I am today and why I'm here in front of you. So I started 7th grade like any other kid in Ann Arbor in the 80s. Excited to go roller skating, if you remember that. Go to the arcade, play Dig Dug, play video games. The nights of trying to make sure I could fit into my Jordache jeans. And some of you had them. No, you did. Don't deny it. Mine no longer would fit. Well, maybe one leg, but definitely not two. And school was something, to be honest, that was done to me. I wasn't a big fan of school. I didn't like just sitting there and filling out packet after packet after packet. And that changed in 7th grade when I walked into Mr. Bryant's class. So imagine, here I am, I'm the 7th grader, I'm fairly tall, 5'11", I walk into a teacher who's about 5'6". And I kind of tower over him, and he's got a 3-piece suit on. And he's got this stern look on his face, and I'm thinking, oh boy, it's going to be another year of packets and what I didn't really appreciate and like about school. And it changed within that first week of school. So I'm at my little desk, and it's the old-fashioned desk where you lift up the top, you have all your stuff, and Mr. Bryant says, all right, lift up your desk, put everything away the way it needs to be put away. And I put it away. That's great. Then he said, stand up. I said, oh boy, here we go. What's going on? He said, we're going outside. This is a science class. We went outside, we got soil samples, plant samples, water samples, and then we brought it into the classroom. He said, when we learn about science in my class, you're going to see it, you're going to touch it, you're going to feel it. You are going to be one with science, and you are going to learn to love school. And at that moment, I decided I want to be a teacher. I want to give you guys the same experience that I had that changed my life. Without Mr. Bryant, I would have been just another number, just another Scarlet Middle School kid in the mid-'80s. It would not be here today. So when we talk about why is tonight important, why are we here, there's a couple different things. We want to make sure that every learner today and tomorrow deserves our best, the best that we can give in every aspect of education. Every learner deserves barrier-free environments, opportunities and experiences that ignite passion. I became passionate about school. I started looking forward to going to school rather than looking forward to going home to see who the guest VJ was going to be. If you don't know what that is, Google it on your iPhone 50 or whatever, and you'll understand what a guest VJ was. In a place in which to belong and thrive, I felt like I could see myself as someone that could not only be an educator, but someone that belonged in school, and school was no longer done to me, but I was part of school. Now there's other parts of the why. We need to look at safety and security. It's not 1984 for me, and I'm in middle school. Things are a lot different. In Bloomfield Hills Schools, we have an aging infrastructure, 33 million in critical needs. Without this, we'll have to manage the decline due to lack of funding. Not enough students in each middle school, programming in danger. Okay? Throughout the state of Michigan, we know the narrative. Enrollment continues to shrink. Consistency in building configurations. There's a lack of community spaces and community green space. Now more than ever, in this age of technology, we need to reconnect with the outdoors and give all people, from birth to whenever, that opportunity. As a community, we have not invested in our schools with capital millages. The surrounding neighbors have continued to do so, year after year after year. When you see a community saying, vote for this millage, vote for this bond, no new taxes, it's just renewal. That's because they've paid those millions, often hundreds of millions already, and then are going to pay again. We have not asked the community in Bloomfield Hills to do that. We promised the community that we would address our pre-K through 8th grade needs after approximately the first 4 years of operating Bloomfield Hills High School. That's now. We need to utilize the best assets we have in the district without building new. We're not looking to start from scratch, tear it down, and build over. We're looking at what do we currently have? How can we enhance it? How can we give the best opportunity to everyone here? So where have we been? How did we get here? So it's really a 6-year story. It starts in 2014 with the master property planning, followed by the middle school design, followed by facility and technology assessment. And for me, as someone being new to the district and having this come up, I wanted to know, is this a 3-month process? Has it been a year process? Has it been 5 years, 6 years? How do we get to this point? And for me to see, it's been a long, well thought out process. Nothing that was spur of the moment, nothing that was just haphazardly done, makes me feel so comfortable. Coming from a district that values education to a district that values education as well, this is what I felt I needed to see to be comfortable. To the moonshot thinking, followed by a strategic plan, then a board decision on the brighter future, realizing that as a board, they want to do the best for every single person that's not only here now, but in the future. To scope and design in the board presentations in 2019, which I got to watch, and then being part of the board presentation today in 2020. So what are we really talking about? We're talking about 2 preschool locations. So Blooming Preschool Eastover site and at the Conant site. 4 elementary schools. Lone Pine at West Hills Middle School site and Eastover at East Hills Middle School site. Wayne Conant will receive additions and renovations. 2 middle schools, from 3 to 2. Again, making sure we're providing as much opportunity and programming as possible for all students. So Bloomfield Hills Middle School, north at the Losser site. Bloomfield Hills Middle School south at Bloomfield Hills Middle School site. As far as what would happen at BHHS, athletics, mechanical, technology, and then community areas. We are lacking parks and green spaces. So looking at pool, parks, the farm, nature center, things that enhance it for every single person that's here regardless of their age. So what do the feeder patterns look like? We'd have the Blooming Preschool, Way Eastover would feed into the north site, Lone Pine and Conant would feed into the south site, and then all roads lead to Bloomfield Hills High School. Safety. What safety enhancements are we looking for? Construction of secure entries. As someone, again, that's been visiting buildings, that's something the sooner we can get to, the better. It's a day and age where things are a lot different. Improve traffic patterns. Install safety film. Install fire sprinkler systems. Install video surveillance, which in this day and age, as we know, is critically important that we can identify people as they're coming in the building, when they're in the building, where they're going in the building. Upgrade access control, making sure we know who's coming in, who's coming out, and when it's going on. Install visitor management systems. Upgrade entrance intercoms. And I know I got a chance to see the intercom at Way, and it reminded me of Leave It to Beaver. When Eddie Haskell got in, I'm dating myself, when Eddie Haskell got in trouble and they paged him over the PA, I'm like, that's that same system. Wow. For young people, that's when TV was black and white. Before color TV or cable, there was this show called Leave It to Beaver. Again, Google it. All right. And upgrade district-wide public address systems. Education. Not only does the work environment look different, education looks different. We need to enhance our educational facilities for our students so they can be the best students they can be. So install classroom interactive displays and sound systems. Upgrade the technology infrastructure. Update architectural components. Improve lighting and indoor air quality. Create STEM and collaborative work environments for students pre-K through 12. Upgrade and enhance media centers. Improve ADA accessibility and inclusive playground settings so all students have the opportunity to be engaged. Improve special education learning spaces with the creation of new sensory rooms and new therapy rooms. Preserve and enhance programming options and opportunities. The programs that are available to students in this school district are unbelievable. If you're a student, I challenge you to look throughout the state of Michigan and what other districts offer. And you'll be shocked that your home district offers opportunities that almost no one else in the state of Michigan has. And that's special. And that's probably why each one of your parents made the decision to move to Bloomfield Hills and not someplace else. Community. How do we make this a space so everyone, again, feels welcome and part of the community? So middle school, there'll be middle school north, there'll be a community education pool. They'll be open during the day for public to go in and use. District Career Exploration Center, STEM, robotics, farm expansion for new community experiences, nature center enhancements, again, for new community experience, to create things that don't exist for community members right now. Grass and park space possibilities, and enhanced spaces for family recreation and performance in schools. All things that are greatly needed, and all things that make Bloomfield Hills a desired destination as people look to relocate and move. These are all things people are looking for. Stakeholder voice. Where does all this information come from? This is one of the questions I have. Who got a chance to weigh in? Whose voice has actually been heard? So during the Mastery Property Planning from 2014 to 2016, students, staff, community, families, municipality elected officials, and field experts. During the middle school redesign from 2017 to 2018, administrators and teachers. For the facility and technology assessment in 2018, physical plant service staff, IT, and again, field experts. The moonshot thinking, and I enjoy getting all the information, so thank you team for providing that as well. 2018 and 2019, staff, community, families, and again, field experts, that outside voice, who that's what they do every day. The strategic plan in 2019, all stakeholders. Scope and design and focus panels in 2019, students, staff, community, families, and again, field experts. This makes me incredibly excited and happy knowing that people were given the opportunity to have a voice and weigh in over an extended amount of time. The data has been collected and now it's being delivered. So as far as the tax rate, what does it really cost? Where is it really at? So if you look as of right now in 2019, where Bloomfield Hills ranks. So proposed Bloomfield Hills schools bond tax rate increase of the 1.5 mils. Right now, you can see Bloomfield Hills right down at the bottom. If the bond were to pass, where does Bloomfield Hills rank? Instead of the bottom, up a little bit, but you can see the districts that are above. Birmingham, Royal Oak, Claresville, Wall Lake, Troy, Rochester, Berkeley, Waterford, Clarkson, Novi, Madison, West Bloomfield, South Lyon, Huron Valley, Avondale, Ferndale, Holly, Oxford, Oak Park, Clawson, Lake Orion, Brandon, Hazel Park. That shows fiscal responsibility. That shows that your board thinks long and hard before spending money or asking for money. So what's it going to cost? If the taxable value of your home is $250,000, for example, so your home value is right about $500,000, $500,000, it'd be about $462 per year. If your taxable value of your home was $500,000, so a home that's about $1 million, maybe a little over $1 million, the cost will be $925 per year. That's what we're talking about. So the focus areas. Where are we looking to improve so we can grow? Safety and security. Academics, with a focus on teaching and learning that fits the needs of a 21st century workspace that all of our students are going to go into. We've all been to school. School's starting to look different than when we were there. The jobs look different than when we were there. Arts, athletics, and community spaces. And inclusive spaces and a focus on our special education students. Again, from birth until the end, there is something appealing and available for every single person in this community. Thank you.